YNW Melly has made millions of dollars from his rap career, but did you know that he has made nothing? Melly's career stagnated after his arrest on February 13, 2019, for the killings of Sack Chaser and Juvie, due to the cost of living, the mortgage on his mother's property, and the lawyer fees. Melly's mother made headlines when he was in jail when she revealed that she had made a fan account during his trial. She was interviewed regarding her motivations and earnings.
You decided to break the internet the other day. You're saying that you're YNW Melly's mom and you're about to hit fans.
Why not? You make money while you sleep, and I turned 40 this year. Why not do something crazy?
Did you start it yet though?
What? My only? Yeah.
How much you made the first day? I just need to know the first day.
The first day was pretty epic. It was pretty epic.
Give me a ballpark figure.
Like 40-ish, 50.
One day?
Day one.
When DJ Academic said this, it quickly became well known online.
YNW Melly's mom has announced that she's gonna be starting her own. And I gotta be honest with y'all, man, like, this is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, there's certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably could name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she'd be doing this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money play.
In a candid interview, Melly's mother and brother talked about him, and Melly's brother chastised him for squandering his money, even though scholars hold that money has no bearing on.
I would assume
But it's still
that he spent a lot of money on lawyers, like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry? You're not here to wear the jewelry.
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But
Yeah.
he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, there was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't...
32, because Melly has had to check in on Jaime King often to make sure she's doing well. Setting up the fan account could be a distraction from Melly's case, even if it's important to recognize her struggles. However, Melly's ex-girlfriend's involvement in the trial will only make his financial problems worse. The news broke that Mariah Hamilton, Melly's ex-girlfriend, had been freed from the Paul Reed prison after Judge Fiend's decision in February. Mariah had not seen Melly since he turned himself into the Broward Sheriff's Office in 2019 after. Melly was seen entering the building. That hearing was the first time they had met. And I want to thank my village for everything. I really do adore you all. God's plan, not mine. After she didn't like how it was broadcast to the local news, she wrote, reportedly avoiding too much eye contact and smiling heartily as she saw Mariah for the first time in 6 years, according to court sources.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
With the feds already aware of what transpired with Sack Chaser and Juvie, prosecutors compelled Mariah to confirm that she would testify against Melly in the next trial. They only needed her, but Mariah knows how difficult incarceration was, and she doesn't want to go there. To confirm it, the federal prosecutors released data from her iCloud account that revealed Melly was allegedly contacting her and putting pressure on her to not testify during the first trial. For this, Melly could receive a life sentence for witness tampering.
State filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal. solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Even Juvie's father investigated her and found the code words Melly was using to convince her not to testify. So this proves to the federal authorities that she is more knowledgeable about the crime. Even though the witness tampering case would be different from his current case involving Sack Chaser and Juvie's death, which would result in additional legal costs.
Jamel Demons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Bortland, are now charged with witness tampering. There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and ASAP Rocky.
Whether Melly is proven guilty of removing Sack Chaser and Juvie or not, he will be condemned to life in jail if he is found guilty of witness tampering. Nevertheless, the jail has banned Melly from using the jail phone or reading his mail for months since the start of his witness tampering case, since his mother has expressed her displeasure that other convicted offenders are still free to use the jail phone.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
Melly's main problem is that they presumably already have evidence that he tampered with the witness if they're blocking him from using the phones, because they wouldn't risk being sued if they didn't know. Melly was guilty, but his mother continued by saying that Melly cried for her son and felt powerless since he wasn't even getting humane treatment in prison.
Saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone.
However, Charleston White's position on the matter, which held that Melly shouldn't be given any special treatment because of what he did, has helped to popularize Melly's case on the internet.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing, about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
Boosie's discussion of Jamie King's trial-related stress captured our attention.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
By informing the new judge that no handgun had been found and trying to figure out how to get him released, Melly's lawyers then tried to prove his innocence in court.
So, the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what firearms used.
6. They even told the judge about his ex-girlfriend texting him during the incident and showed him GPS data.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
Sadly though, it would not be quite enough to free Melly from prison. Despite the lengthy trials, Prosecutors probed Melly more, taking advantage of the chance to bolster their case against her defense. Brought them to the exact cause of Sackchaser and Juvie's murders when a former member of the Oblak disclosed a secret Melly had shared with King Vaughn, requesting him to deal with a financial issue involving Sackchaser and Juvie as well.
Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still?
Since Bortland and Melly performed the majority of the work, selling things, going to concerts, and negotiating brand deals in exchange for funding, this suggests that Sackchaser and Juvie were receiving a significant amount of Melly's revenue from the YNW firm without performing much work. Cash Sackchaser and Juvie died because Melly didn't want to have to keep paying them because they did a lot less work than they did, but still got an equal portion of the company's revenues. Given Van's past life on the streets, this was a key component of the prosecutor's case that was not present in the first trial. Just think of the advice he would have given Melly and how she would have reacted to it. Furthermore, it becomes troublesome when you combine it with the phone texts that Melly sent that same evening.
Easy Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
On Melly's phone, though, was a Facebook Live video that showed Melly and Portland less than 6 hours after the murder.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! But no, still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
The car they were in on the night of the incident was examined, and Sergeant Williams concluded that it couldn't have been a drive-by. Nonetheless, their lack of sorrow for their closest companions is a clear sign that Melly and Bortland were behind them.
How many rounds were inside the car?
3. From the driver's side back seat.
As to the shot that Christopher Thomas, where did that emanate from?
Driver's side back seat.
Oh.
My determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moved.
Williams revealed that the incident had to have taken place inside the vehicle, and Juvie's mother asked who was sitting in the seat that the suspect is thought to have.
Can you state your name, your full legal name for the jury?
I'm Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the victims in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.